News breaking over on racingpost.com right now that Pat Smullen has announced his retirement from race riding. Pat was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in March 2018 and he hasn't ridden since then. So in one respect, it's not a great surprise. He had gone on record last year saying he would certainly never be champion jockey again, but he has formally decided now to announce his retirement. He's 14 pounds heavier than he needs to be to ride competitively, and when the doctors were told, what would be involved in getting back down to a competitive racing weight, the advice was that it wouldn't be a good idea. His treatment has gone well, thank God. He underwent chemotherapy last year, and then in the autumn he had surgery to remove the tumour. That went well. He suffered slight complications subsequently that kept him in hospital for a prolonged period. He had to undergo more surgery. But he was back out by Christmas, and since then his recovery has been pretty good, thankfully, and he's in a good place at the moment. But he basically had to accept that it was the right thing to do. He'll tell you himself he feels like he's been given a second chance at life, and so he's made the decision to stop now and to announce it. His riding career was exceptional, 9-time Irish champion. He rode 12 European Classic winners, including a derby on Harzand in 2016. He rode 8 Royal Ascot winners. He was the absolute model professional. He kept himself to himself. He wasn't a guy for the limelight, but he was the absolute professional's professional is something I've referred to him as more than once. That's what he was. I subsequently did an interview with him for the Racing Post, and I must say it was one of the most, I would say, simply the most satisfying interview I've ever been lucky enough to do. He sat there for an hour and spoke freely about life and how it had opened his eyes and he had a new perspective on things, and how he was going to approach this positively. There was going to be no negative talk, and he had consciously decided he was going to distance himself from people speaking negatively. So look, he had a great career, and there's no two ways about that. Only Mick Kinane, since the war, has won more Irish Jockeys Championships than him. That tells its own story. He was a top-class rider. But as a person over the past year or so, he has really inspired people, really, whether they're racing people or otherwise, people going through their own struggles, have seen the way he has responded, and it has been just uplifting to watch the man and to learn more about him. I'm sure in the months and weeks to come and so on, we'll see a lot more of Pat on a public platform in the media and whatnot. That's going to be great to see as well. Look, we salute you, Pat. We wish you the best, and best of luck in whatever you do henceforth.